Stop everything. XRP holders, crypto enthusiasts, and anyone even thinking about Ripple, what I'm about to share changes the game completely. The Ripple president has just confirmed developments that could reshape XRP's future. And this isn't speculation, hype, or a rumor. This comes straight from the top, from the very people driving one of the most ambitious blockchain projects in history. For years, Ripple has been working quietly behind the scenes. Partnerships signed, payment corridors tested, banks, remittance companies, even central banks hooked into their infrastructure. All while most of the crypto world slept or focused on price swings. And now, with this confirmation, everything is about to become clear. Regulatory clarity? Check. Massive institutional adoption? Check. New technology that could turbocharge global liquidity? Absolutely. The scale of what's coming is enormous. Not just for XRP's price, but for its role in shaping the future of money itself. This isn't just another headline to scroll past. This is a statement that confirms Ripple isn't slowing down. Adoption is accelerating, and the narrative around XRP is shifting from uncertainty to unstoppable momentum. So here's the deal. Stay with me until the very end. I'm going to break down exactly what the Ripple president confirmed, what it means for XRP holders, and why this could be a defining moment in crypto history. By the time we're done, you'll understand why this could be one of the most pivotal announcements for Ripple and XRP in years. Before we jump in, do this. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a critical update. And share this with anyone holding XRP or thinking about it, because missing this could mean missing the big picture entirely. Let's start at the very core. Why this confirmation from the Ripple president is more than just another news snippet. For years, XRP has been dismissed, doubted, and criticized by those who only see short-term price action. But the truth is far deeper. XRP wasn't designed for speculation, it was designed to solve a real, massive problem: the inefficiency of global money movement. Think about the world economy. Trillions of dollars move across borders every day. Banks spend billions just to keep this system running. Slow settlements, high fees, lack of transparency. This isn't some minor inconvenience. It's an enormous, systemic problem. Ripple recognized this long before most people even knew what blockchain was. XRP was engineered as a bridge asset to make cross-border payments instant, cheap, and scalable. Now, consider what the Ripple president just confirmed. This isn't vague corporate speak. They've publicly acknowledged advancements in institutional adoption, technology upgrades, and regulatory positioning that collectively signal a shift from niche utility to mainstream relevance. In plain terms, XRP is no longer just a token. It's becoming a backbone of modern financial infrastructure. Here's the remarkable part. While other cryptocurrencies rely purely on hype, memes, or temporary market cycles, XRP is anchored in real-world adoption. We're talking about banks in Asia, remittance companies in Europe, and payment providers in Latin America integrating XRP into their systems. This is not a beta test or a pilot project. It's live, it's operational, and it's growing every month. Let's get granular. Every time a bank or institution adds XRP into its settlement process, they reduce the time and cost of transferring money across borders. What does that mean for XRP holders? It means demand grows silently but exponentially, independent of speculation. Institutions need XRP to function as a bridge, which creates a continuous structural pull on the token. This is adoption you can measure, not guesswork. And the timing couldn't be more critical. Global financial systems are under pressure like never before. Central banks are exploring digital currencies. Traditional remittance systems are being disrupted. Corporations are looking for speed and liquidity at a fraction of the cost. XRP sits at the intersection of all of these trends. The Ripple president's confirmation isn't just news. It's a signal that Ripple is poised to capitalize on every single one of these shifts. There's another layer most people miss: the resilience factor. Think about how XRP has weathered every storm. Regulatory scrutiny, market crashes, skepticism from the mainstream media. Each challenge didn't destroy it, it strengthened it. Every time the SEC lawsuit loomed, Ripple adapted, clarified, and emerged stronger. That's not luck. That's a system designed to survive scrutiny and thrive under pressure. And here's why this part is critical. Understanding XRP's trajectory isn't about chasing price spikes or panicking over dips. It's about seeing the structural, unstoppable forces at work. Banks and remittance companies don't care about Twitter hype. They care about efficiency, compliance, and reliability. XRP delivers all three, and the Ripple president's announcement confirms that these systems are scaling faster than most people realize. So as we move forward, keep this in mind. Every confirmation, every partnership, every regulatory milestone isn't just a headline. It's a piece of the puzzle showing why XRP's momentum is practically irreversible. This is why insiders, institutions, and informed holders are preparing for what's coming next. By the end of this breakdown, you'll see the full picture. Why XRP's adoption curve, technological advantage, and resilience make it unlike any other digital asset, and why missing these developments could mean missing the most significant wave in crypto infrastructure in years. Now that we understand why the Ripple president's confirmation is monumental, let's zoom in on adoption, the single most critical factor driving XRP's long-term momentum. Unlike most cryptocurrencies, which rely purely on hype cycles, XRP's growth is grounded in real-world utility. Every partnership, every integration, every corridor Ripple opens translates directly into demand for XRP. This isn't theoretical, it's measurable, structural, and growing exponentially. Let's break it down. RippleNet, Ripple's payment network, is already being adopted by banks and remittance companies across the globe. This isn't a small pilot project or a limited beta test. Institutions are using XRP to settle payments in real time, moving liquidity across borders in seconds instead of days. Imagine a bank in Japan sending funds to a remittance company in Mexico. Traditionally, that transaction could take 2 to 5 business days, cost a fortune in fees, and rely on intermediaries at every step. With XRP, the same payment can clear almost instantly, at a fraction of the cost. This is efficiency that can't be ignored. Here's where it gets fascinating. The Ripple president confirmed that Ripple is accelerating these integrations. They're not waiting for the market to catch up. They're building corridors now, especially in high-demand regions like Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa, where cross-border payments are critical. Each corridor adds a new layer of utility. Each integration increases the structural demand for XRP, because the token acts as a bridge currency. Unlike other crypto assets, XRP is used, not just held, and that changes the game entirely. And it doesn't stop there. Ripple is targeting institutional adoption at an unprecedented scale. Think of partnerships with large banks, major payment providers, and even central banks exploring digital currency corridors. These are not casual announcements. They are multi-billion-dollar infrastructures being built. Once a bank or remittance company integrates XRP, the switching costs are high. They don't abandon the system because of market volatility or social media FUD. This creates a reliable, ongoing demand curve that most cryptocurrencies can only dream of. Technological upgrades play a huge role too. Ripple isn't static. XRP Ledger continues to evolve, improving transaction speed, scalability, and interoperability. The Ripple president's confirmation indicates that new upgrades and liquidity solutions are coming that could further enhance adoption. This isn't about hype. It's about making XRP a practical, indispensable tool for institutions handling trillions of dollars. And let's not forget resilience. Even in bear markets or regulatory uncertainty, adoption continues quietly but steadily. XRP doesn't rely on speculative pumps. Banks and remittance companies don't care about price swings. They care about efficiency, compliance, and liquidity. That's why, even when retail interest fluctuates, the underlying adoption continues to grow. This is the silent force that keeps XRP moving forward, no matter what headlines scream. Finally, consider the compounding effect. Each new partnership, each new corridor, each upgrade reinforces the others. Increased adoption fuels technological improvements, which attract more institutions, which increases adoption further. It's a feedback loop, a self-reinforcing cycle that is extremely difficult to stop. So when the Ripple president confirms developments now, it's not just a statement. It's a signal that this adoption cycle is accelerating, that the infrastructure is scaling, and that XRP's momentum is becoming structurally unstoppable. For holders, this is critical intelligence. The trajectory isn't dictated by short-term price moves. It's dictated by real-world, measurable adoption that is quietly reshaping global finance. Resilience and regulatory positioning. Why XRP can't be stopped. Now that we've covered adoption and infrastructure, it's time to focus on what truly separates XRP from almost every other cryptocurrency. Resilience and regulatory positioning. This is the layer that most people completely overlook, but it's arguably the most important reason why XRP's momentum can't be stopped. Think back to the past few years. XRP faced one of the most intense regulatory challenges in crypto history. The SEC lawsuit. Headlines screamed uncertainty. Prices fluctuated wildly. Skeptics and media pundits predicted the end of XRP. And yet, here we are. XRP didn't just survive. The project emerged stronger, more transparent, and more prepared for global adoption. Why? Because Ripple is not built on hype. It's built on real infrastructure, real partnerships, and real legal and compliance frameworks. The Ripple president's recent confirmation further emphasizes this point. They've publicly acknowledged that Ripple is moving forward strategically, not reactively. Regulatory clarity is coming, not tomorrow, not in a vague sometime in the future, but through concrete initiatives, dialogues, and partnerships that ensure XRP can function legally as a bridge asset in major jurisdictions. That's a level of foresight and preparation most crypto projects don't even attempt. And here's where the resilience factor really shines. XRP has been stress-tested in ways almost no other cryptocurrency has. Market volatility? Handled. Legal battles? Handled. Public skepticism? Handled. Every challenge didn't destroy it. It strengthened it. Ripple emerged with a clearer roadmap, stronger institutional relationships, and a refined regulatory strategy. This isn't luck. It's the hallmark of a project designed to survive scrutiny and thrive under pressure. Let's also talk about the psychological aspect. For investors, the SEC lawsuit and other challenges created fear and uncertainty. But informed holders understood something critical. These hurdles were temporary obstacles on a path to massive structural growth. Ripple used these periods to build, educate, and strengthen its network, which is why today, the confirmation from the Ripple president carries more weight than ever. It signals not just progress, but inevitable acceleration. Regulatory positioning also means that Ripple is building trust with institutions that will define the future of finance. Banks and remittance companies don't care about memes or hype. They care about legality, compliance, and reliability. XRP checks all three boxes, and the Ripple president's confirmation assures holders that these foundations are rock solid and expanding. Finally, resilience compounds with adoption. Every partnership, every integration, every regulatory milestone reinforces the others. The more banks use XRP, the stronger its legal standing becomes. The more robust the technology, the easier it is to integrate into traditional finance. The more adoption and clarity grow, the harder it is for any external factor, market dips, skepticism, or short-term setbacks, to slow XRP's trajectory. So here's the truth. XRP's momentum isn't just a bubble waiting to burst. It's a carefully orchestrated, resilient, and strategically advancing ecosystem. When you combine real-world adoption, technological upgrades, and regulatory foresight, you're looking at a project whose growth isn't just likely, it's structurally unstoppable. By now, you've seen the pieces of the puzzle: adoption, infrastructure, resilience, and regulatory positioning. But to truly understand why XRP's momentum is unstoppable, we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture: the global shift in finance, the structural advantages XRP holds, and the forces that are aligning in its favor. The world's financial system is on the brink of transformation. Traditional banks are slow, expensive, and fragmented. Cross-border payments can take days and cost exorbitantly. Global remittances alone account for trillions of dollars annually, yet the majority of these transactions are still processed through outdated systems that prioritize profit over efficiency. Ripple and XRP sit at the exact intersection of necessity and innovation. The technology is here, the partnerships are in place, and the use case is undeniable. This isn't theory, this is real-world utility that institutions are adopting because they have to, not because they're speculating. Here's a critical factor many people overlook: compounding adoption. Every new bank, every new remittance corridor, every new integration multiplies the network effect. One corridor opens, demand rises. Another integration follows, liquidity grows. And with each step, the ecosystem becomes stronger, faster, and harder to replace. XRP isn't just another crypto asset. It's becoming a global payment rail, a bridge between fiat currencies, a solution for speed, transparency, and cost that traditional systems can't match. Let's layer in technology. The XRP ledger is evolving. Transaction speeds are faster than almost any blockchain out there. Scalability is improving. Transaction costs are tiny, almost negligible. Ripple's technology upgrades ensure that as adoption grows, the system can handle massive global liquidity without bottlenecks. This is critical. Many altcoins falter because their networks can't scale, but XRP is built for real-world, high-volume usage. And don't underestimate the regulatory angle. XRP has faced scrutiny that most cryptos have never experienced. Every legal battle, every compliance challenge has forced Ripple to harden its legal and operational foundations. Today, the Ripple president confirms that these efforts are paying off. Regulatory clarity is improving, and institutional adoption is accelerating. Combine that with a global financial system hungry for efficiency, and you have a perfect storm that drives structural, unstoppable growth. Finally, consider momentum psychology. When insiders, institutions, and informed investors see the trajectory XRP is on, it reinforces itself. More adoption encourages more adoption. More partnerships inspire confidence. More technological reliability attracts additional usage. It's a self-reinforcing cycle, and the Ripple president's confirmation signals that this cycle is accelerating faster than most people realize. The bottom line is simple but profound. XRP is not moving randomly. It's not a speculative asset waiting for hype. It's a strategically positioned, globally integrated, technology-driven force that is reshaping payments, liquidity, and cross-border finance. And as adoption grows, as regulations clarify, and as technology improves, this momentum will only compound. It's bigger than price swings, bigger than daily headlines. It's structural, it's real, and it will continue. By understanding this bigger picture, it becomes clear why XRP's trajectory is unlike anything else in crypto history. This isn't just a moment. It's a movement, a financial revolution, and the confirmation from the Ripple president is the clearest signal yet that this revolution is well underway and unstoppable. The unstoppable future of XRP. So, here's the truth. XRP isn't just another cryptocurrency bouncing around in the market. It's a strategically engineered, adoption-driven, and resilient ecosystem that's quietly reshaping the way money moves across the globe. The Ripple president's confirmation isn't just news. It's a signal that adoption is accelerating, regulatory clarity is coming, and XRP is positioned to become an indispensable part of the global financial system. Think about it. Every partnership, every corridor, every upgrade isn't just a small step. It's part of a much bigger momentum that's compounding every day. XRP isn't waiting for hype cycles or retail speculation. It's growing structurally, institutionally, and technologically. And the Ripple president's words make one thing abundantly clear. This is just the beginning. If you've been watching from the sidelines, now is the time to pay attention. If you're holding XRP, understanding this bigger picture can change the way you think about its potential. If you're considering investing or learning more about crypto infrastructure, missing these insights could mean missing one of the most significant shifts in global finance in years. Here's what you need to do next. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss updates on XRP and Ripple's real-world developments. Share this with anyone who's holding XRP or curious about how blockchain is transforming finance, because these insights aren't just optional, they're essential. Stay informed, stay strategic, and most importantly, stay ahead. Ripple and XRP aren't slowing down, And now, neither should your understanding of what's coming next.